Hey, what is up, my little hunters? It's your boy me, Kiryu Shiota, and today I'm going to be doing I guess you'd call it a tube review of I'm not even sure which year this is, but a Ghost Rider and the Bat Cycle. So let's get into it. I'm not going to do much in the way of anything except for remove Ghost Rider. And let's take a look at the Bat Cycle, which I'm deeming the Hell Cycle, because that Ghost Rider didn't come with a motorcycle. Don't believe me? Go look up Blue Fire Ghost Rider action figures. Even in the package, no weapon, no bike. He's Ghost Rider. But yeah, so amazing detail. My one gripe, and it's a child gripe. This is unacceptable. We need to stop doing this. Oh, nice looking pipes on the side, but the moment you pivot it down, it's got that freaking rescue hero, Jake, whatever the heck his name is, base. You know the one I'm talking about, the police officer. Anyway, moving back to the bike, I love this. Batman's symbol, both in the wheel, literally, and on the edge. There's lighting here. But I have a question. How is this the bones of a Joker dragon? Those look more like the bones of a mutated bat to me. And this is supposed to have a tongue that goes over the wheel further, but I don't know. I don't really need the tongue. But I love this bike, and I bought it specifically for that Ghost Rider, which we will get to here in a few. The pegs do move up and down. I wish these motorcycles that are designed for a character to actually sit on them, need at least a peg that goes in the rectum or that goes in the feet. Typically feet, because very few action figures have holes in the butt. But yeah, totally awesome. I bought this yesterday at GameStop for $16 and some change. It would have been $26 and some change, but I'm a member, so not promoting them, by the way. They're not sponsoring me. I'm not sponsored by anyone. But yeah, this is the Bat Cycle for the death metal. Yeah, death metal. And the tread, look at this. The treads are bats. Let me flip it so you can see. Look at that. You get bats coming at you. So literally, you've got Batsy coming at you with bats. And this is designed for the Batman who's dead. Yes, Batman is technically dead in the newest incarnation. Batman is dead and is being kept alive by a Black Lantern ring and rides this while wielding a scythe. A scythe! You cannot tell me that he is no longer the Horseman Death. He is the Horseman Death from the Apocalypse. And I'm okay with that. Because Death the Horseman riding in on a badass motherfucking motorcycle that looks like this. Whoops. That looks like this. That's just too badass. But moving on to the Ghost Rider figure. I call this Angel Rider because it's, according to the movie, which is where I came up with the love of the Blue Fire Ghost Rider, this is what happens when Johnny finally becomes more in tune with Zarathos, the Angel of Justice, not the Spirit of Vengeance. So he goes from being, Ghost Rider Fire. I realize that that's Human Torch, but I really don't want to grab my Ghost Rider figure, to this. And I have got to say, I really would love to see someone pull this off for a cosplay. Absolutely would love it. Because the detail of this, that's one badass moment. So let's get in close on the head sculpt, if I can get a hold of him. I'm losing daylight. Very angry. No penance stare. But still. Very awesome. Just going down the body. I love these leg guards. I absolutely love them. That's the second reason I bought this figure, was because the armor detailing. I'm trying to show you guys, but the phone won't focus. Focus, dude. Focus, dude. Dude. There we go. Oh, it lives I do. There we go. So you see, now articulation is hindered by mostly this trench coat. So give me 1 second. So there we go. This is what the Ghost Rider figure will look like without his badass tailcoat / shoulder piece set. And yeah, we get a little bit of extra good looking detail for his back. Not too keen on it. It is typically covered. Kind of makes me think of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, but yeah. And then you got these extra details. Lost the light. Got some extra details on the shoulder, but let's get to articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so you get that little side to side, left, right, down, all the way, up, all the way. Most of the time, I have him posed with his back arched all the way back, and that's what keeps him upright. And then arms can go out that far. Sorry. And then we have bicep rotation, which is kind of inhibited by the torso. Double jointed elbow, although it doesn't really hit that well with me because, yeah, I wish that he had more articulation in that arm. He gets just a little over 90 degrees due to the armor, but you know what? For the armor, I am happy. And then, again, he came with no weapon. None. So you can put in weapons from other characters, but he himself came with no weapon. And the only real difference, I hate this joint. I hate click joints. Listen to this. That joint is a ratchet. Ratchet joints don't belong on characters who don't need them, and Ghost Rider is definitely one of those. So we have another one of the cases where the figure has that funny peg in the crotch that allows the leg to move forwards and whatnot. So you have to rotate his leg at the hip joint to move anything. And we'll move his weird little dress up right there, so you can see. And it's like that on both sides. I do like the muscle definition on him. And then double jointed knee, which is kind of hard to get to move due to the lower half on mine not wanting to ever articulate more than the upper half. But you get that level of bend. Slightly inhibited by the lower portion, but you can get his foot to pivot side to side. That's all the way forward, all the way back, and no rocker joint. And yeah, this literally just kind of slips over him. You basically depeg this. So there's that little hole right there. Stick my thumb in here if it'll let me. And yeah, right there's the hole, right there's the peg, and you just peg it on. So that's everything for the Ghost Rider, and I believe that this is from 2012. Yep, so this is a 2012 figure, so it's in the same lineup as this Spider-Man, same year, I believe. Could be wrong. Let me check the inner thigh. It always tells you. Yep, so these are from the same year. And honestly, This Ghost Rider is, I almost want to say subpar to this Ghost Rider. But then again, this Ghost Rider is recent and that one's from 2012. So, it's an unfair comparison to say that one Ghost Rider is better than the other. But I'm sorry, this Ghost Rider is from 2012. Meanwhile, this one is from 2015. So 3 years later, we got a slightly better Ghost Rider. But still, Ghost Rider reaches Ghost Rider tier. Because, yes, I'm biased. This is Ghost Rider. You can never go wrong with Ghost Rider, except for when you go with Vengeance. Vengeance isn't Ghost Rider, though. So, yeah, Ghost Rider gets Ghost Rider tier. And then the motorcycle also gets Ghost Rider tier. Because, yeah, look at that. It's just badass. So, yeah, in conclusion, this is by far the best thing that could ever have happened. Thank you to DC and the people who made the Dark Knight's Metal verse, and therefore gave us this. And thank you to whoever drew that Ghost Rider. However, y'all needed to have done this as a collab, because damn! I've never been so happy in my entire life to put Ghost Rider on a bike. So, Ghost Rider tier, but he's a 9 out of 10 only because certain things inhibit articulation. 10 out of 10 straight up because there's nothing other than this that I don't like. Well, and the no peg, but whatever, dudes. 10 out of 10, definitely worth the money. See you guys later. Oh, have a good day. And you should stay awake, my little hunters.